Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, yesterday it was my English class, but today I decided to rename it into my ESL class because I have some friends who told me that they had some difficulty searching for my YouTube channel because there are YouTube channels with similar name. So I think I should change this into my ESL class. So next time you look for my channel, guys, just type in my ESL class, not my English class anymore. So anyway, as I promised, I gave you an overview of the 8 parts of speech yesterday, and today I would like to discuss the 5 basic sentence patterns. And this is not only helpful for those who are at a beginner level or pre-intermediate level of English, but also for those teachers who are teaching ESL students. This will be helpful for your students, guys, if you are able to explain first the 5 basic sentence patterns, because some languages have different sentence patterns from the patterns that we use in English. Okay, but today I will just try probably to discuss 3 of those 5, and the last 2 will be tomorrow, because I want to give more examples. I want to show how you expand your sentences. So I hope that you will again learn from this vlog number 2 of my ESL class by Luisa. Okay, so to start, guys, so we have the first one here, which is subject, intransitive verb. Okay, so that's the pattern: subject and intransitive verb. So SIV. And what do we mean intransitive verb? When we say intransitive verb, it's a kind of verb that does not need an object to receive the action. So meaning it's just a subject and a verb, and it can be followed by an adverb or a modifier or a prepositional phrase, for example. Okay, so meaning there's no noun or a pronoun after the verb, so there's no object. Okay, so subject is either a noun or a pronoun. If you look at my examples on the board, the first one is Beyonce sings well. Okay, the word sings here is used as a transitive verb because it's not followed by an object, but it's followed by an adverb, which is the word well. Okay, so it tells how Beyonce sings. For example, how does she sing? Well. Okay, so the second example is the man worked hard. So the word worked here is also an example of a transitive verb because it's not followed by an object, meaning it does not need an object to receive the action, but it's followed by an adverb, which is the word hard. The word hard can be used as an adjective. It can also be used as an adverb, meaning when we form or when we use the adverb from the word hard, it's just hard. There's no ly, because if you use the ly form, that will give you a different meaning. Okay, so the third example is she smiled. That's it. Okay, subject she, which is a pronoun, and then smiled is a verb, and nothing follows, so meaning there's no object. So these 3 are examples of SIV pattern. Okay, or subject and intransitive pattern. Okay, so for those teachers, especially those teaching ESL students whose major is not English, probably you also learned this when you were still in school, but probably you've forgotten. They are very helpful when you are able to explain this to your students, especially those who are still considered beginning students. Okay, so the second one is subject, transitive verb, direct object. So STVDO. So TV here is not a television. It's a transitive verb, and it needs an object, a direct object, to receive the action. Okay? A direct object is either a noun or a pronoun. So subject is either a noun or a pronoun. It's placed at the beginning of a sentence, while a direct object follows a verb. Okay, so subject is before the verb, while a direct object is after the verb. Okay, so examples are, she sings English songs. So the word sing here is also used, but in this case, it's an example of a transitive verb because it's followed by a direct object, okay, which is a noun. And a direct object answers the question what or who. Okay, so for example, she sings what? English songs. Okay, or what does she sing? English songs. Okay, another example is the kids play soccer. So the same thing, it follows this pattern, STVDO. So the kids is an example of a noun. Okay, play is a transitive verb because it's followed by an object, which is the sport soccer. Okay, now you can expand your sentences by using modifiers as well, or at prepositional phrases, for example. So the kids play soccer on weekends, or the kids play soccer after school. She sings English songs very well. So we can expand our sentences, but for now I want to give you just examples of sentences with 3, 4, or 5 words. Okay, another example would be Mr. Smith taught philosophy. Okay, so probably he's already retired, so he's not doing this anymore. So Mr. Smith taught philosophy a few years ago, or in 2000, or many years ago, or last year. Okay, so Mr. Smith taught philosophy. So again, when we say direct object, they answer, direct objects, I should say, they answer the question what or who. Okay, so probably we can give one example. Okay, so I admire them. So I is a subject, admire is used as a transitive verb, and it's followed by a pronoun, which is an object pronoun, and it's used as a direct object here in this example. I like her, I appreciate her, I honor them. These are all examples of subject, transitive verb, direct object pattern. Okay, and always remember that direct object answers the question who or what. Okay, I hope this is clear. So we already have the 2 basic sentence patterns. Okay, so let's continue with the third one. Okay, so the third among the 5 basic sentence patterns is the subject, linking verb, complement. Okay, so number 3, subject, linking verb, complement. And complement is the PLE, not the PLI. Okay. So what is complement? A complement is a word that is used to say something about a subject. It's a word that is used to refer to the subject. Okay, and a complement is either a noun or an adjective. So take note, guys. It's either a noun or an adjective. Okay, so subject, you know this. It's either a noun or a pronoun, and a subject is the one doing the action, or a subject is the one being talked about in a sentence. Well, a linking verb is, of course, these are non-action verbs. And most commonly used linking verbs are the verb to be. Okay? For example, verb to be would be am is are, present, was were, past. And of course, there are other special kinds of verbs, and we also call them linking verbs like seem, appear, sound, and many other examples. But anyway, with this pattern, the linking verbs or verb to be are used in this kind of pattern. Okay, so for example, am is are. Okay, so an example of a sentence is Luisa is a mother. Okay, Luisa is a mother. Subject, verb be, which is the word is, and then mother is a noun. So it's a noun. And then another example is they are busy. Okay, busy is an adjective. So subject, linking verb, and then complement. So this refers to Luisa. This refers to the subject they. So again, when we say subject, linking verb, complement, complement is either a noun or an adjective, and it's a word that gives additional information, or probably it's a word that tells something about the subject. Just like this. Luisa is a mother. They are busy. Okay. Another example would be she was sleepy. Okay. So that was yesterday, or a few days ago, last week, last weekend, yesterday afternoon, or yesterday morning, for example. So she was sleepy, so subject. And this one is a linking verb. And this is a complement because it's an adjective. So she was sleepy. She was sleepy in my class last Friday. Okay. They are busy right now. So this is now sentence expansion. So we're using phrases or modifiers. Okay. Luisa is a mother of 2 adult people, for example. So sentence expansion. But right now I just want to give you 2 or 3 or 4 word sentences, guys. Okay. And we can do sentence expansion in my next video, for example. Okay. So this is now the third. Keep in mind that we use this third basic sentence pattern with linking verbs, and it's followed by either a noun or an adjective. Okay, so let's move on to number 4. We still have time. Okay, subject, transitive verb, indirect object, direct object. So this is basic sentence pattern number 4. Well, it's not complicated, don't worry. So subject, transitive verb, indirect object, direct object. Okay? So remember that a transitive verb always needs an object to receive the action, but this time there are 2 objects. One is indirect, while the other one is direct. And remember, an object answers the question, direct object most especially answers the question what or who. Now in this example, indirect object answers the question to whom. Okay, for example, okay, she gave her a gift. Okay, so subject, which is a pronoun, gave is a transitive verb, her, which is an object pronoun, is used as indirect object here, and this is a direct object. Okay, so just like what I've said, an indirect object usually answers the question to whom, while a direct object usually answers the question what or who. Okay, for example, she gave her what? A gift. Okay. To whom did she give a gift? Her. So that is the indirect object. Okay. Another example is my friend sent me an email. So my friend is the subject. Sent is the transitive verb. It's in the past simple. This is the past simple of the word send. Me is an object pronoun, and it's the indirect object. And an email is the direct object. It's a noun. Okay? So, my friend sent me what? An email. Okay? What? To whom, rather? To whom did my friend send an email? Me. That is indirect object. So always remember, with this pattern, okay, subject is the doer of the action, or the one being talked about. Transitive verb is a kind of verb that needs an object to receive the action. Indirect object is either a noun or a pronoun, okay? Either a noun or a pronoun, and it answers the question to whom, while a direct object is also either a noun or a pronoun, and it answers the question who or what. Okay, so probably one more example. Okay, so one example is the man offered John some help. Okay, the man is the subject here, offered is the transitive verb, and John is the indirect object, and some help is the direct object. Okay, to whom did the man offer some help? The answer is John. That is the indirect object, so it answers the question to whom. The man offered John what? Or what did the man offer John? Some help. So that is the direct object. Okay, so this is our fourth basic sentence pattern, guys. Okay, and you can also, of course, expand your sentences again by adding modifiers or prepositional phrases. Modifiers meaning like adverbs, for example. Adverbs of action mean like to describe an action, or adverbs of time, adverbs of places. Okay, like this one, my friend sent me an email 3 days ago. The man offered John help last week. Okay, or she gave her a beautiful gift. So we're using a modifier, an adjective here. She gave her a gift or a beautiful gift on her birthday. Okay, so you can expand this basic sentence pattern by adding modifiers or adverbs or prepositional phrases to give more meaning to your sentences. Okay, so the last one, guys. So we're able to complete the 5 basic sentence patterns. So number 5, which is the last one, is subject, transitive verb, direct object, and objective complement. Okay, so you already know what a transitive verb is. You already know what a direct object is. What about objective complement? So an objective complement is again either a noun or an adjective. Just like the complement that we use in our subject linking verb complement. It's either a noun or an adjective. But this one is a complement, meaning to the direct object. Okay, so examples. Okay, so they consider him a hero, or they consider let's say I want to give a name, James. Okay, they consider James a hero. So they is a subject, consider is a transitive verb, James is the direct object here, and a hero is an objective complement. Complement, it's the PLE, guys. Okay, so a hero is used to refer to James. It's a noun. Okay, okay. So everybody calls, sorry guys, okay, I want to write that again. Okay, everybody calls James a liar. Everybody is a subject, calls is a transitive verb, James is a direct object, and a liar is an objective complement, and it's an adjective. So this one tells something about James. That's why it's called objective complement. Okay, so probably one more example. Okay, they considered him a master. So it's the same. It's subject, considered is a transitive verb, him is a direct object, which is a pronoun, object pronoun, and a master is a noun as well. Okay, so these are just the 5 basic sentence patterns that, especially those who are still at a beginning level or pre-intermediate level, these basic sentence patterns are really, really important. It's something that you must learn to be able to construct sentences more correctly And well, this basic sentence patterns as well with examples that I gave you. I hope that those ESL teachers who are teaching beginning students as well, I hope that you will be able to explain this to them so that they can start constructing their own sentences in a more correct way. Okay, so that's all for today, everyone. And if you have any questions, please comment down below. If there is anything that you want me to cover again in this class, my ESL class, not my English class anymore. It's still an English class, but the name of my YouTube channel now is my ESL class. So see you next time, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you can share, please share it to your friends. And also click the notification bell so that you will also get updates on my upcoming videos. That's all for today, and have a nice day, everyone. Bye.